Hey traders, in this video I'm going to talk about one of the most overlooked aspects of successful trading, and that's knowing when to not get into a trade. Lately I've been doing the daily profit and loss recap videos on this channel talking about the trades that I placed for the day and my thought process behind those trades, but today's going to be a little bit different because I actually didn't place any trades. And that led me to make this video to explain why it's so important to not get into trades on some days and why sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. So in this video, I want to go over some of the trades that I almost got into today, but break down why I decided not to get into them, and in doing so, how I was able to avoid taking losses on these trades. So the first one that I want to talk about is ELEX. ELEX, if we take a look at the previous day, was a big parabolic runner into the close. It ran from a low of $3.54 in the morning up to a closing price of $10.90, and it then hit a high of $14.70 later in after hours. So ELEX was in the trade plans in the Market Master group, and what we were looking for was ideally that the stock was going to pull back into the key level, which happened to be about $9 per share. We wanted to see that $9 area was going to become a level of support. We could then buy into it for a dip buy and then make a nice profit, assuming that it held that level as it ramped back up to $12 per share or higher. However, we can see that obviously that didn't quite happen. It ended up fading under that level in pre-market. So we changed the plans a little bit, and I posted in the group that now I was looking forward to reclaim that $9 level in order to get into a trade. So although this was at the top of my radar and I was ready to buy in if it reclaimed that $9 level, you have to keep in mind that key levels are key levels for a reason. $9 is a level where there was tons of volume traded the previous day. So as it spikes up into that level, there's most likely going to be a lot of sellers and a lot of supply. That's why you want to make sure that level clears before you buy into the trade. And in this case, I was able to avoid taking a loss by simply waiting for that level to clear. And you can see, obviously, it never clears above $9 per share. It tested it, got rejected, and came straight back down. But that was one trade that I was ready to get into, but I decided not to just because the setup was not quite there. Now, the next trade that I almost got into, but I actually missed the trade on, was with MICS. MICS was another big gap up in pre-market. If we take a look here at the pre-market, we can see that it was kind of consolidating a bit into the open, and then it has this big opening spike from the 130s up to 161. We posted in the Market Master group that MICS had an opening range breakout price of $1.61 as it was halted at that price. And what I was looking for ideally was that after that halt ended, it was going to pull back into this 140 area, which happened to be a little bit of pre-market resistance. On top of that, the VWAP was sitting at $1.39 at the time, and I was going to look for a dip buy in that area, simply risking off the $1.30 level. But if we fast forward a bit, we can see after the halt was over, it had a big gap up and ended up running to $2.50 per share. I decided it wasn't really worth it to chase after this gap up, with the risk that it could very quickly reject and come straight back down to fill that gap back into the 160s. So I didn't get into any trade with this one either. The next trade is GDC. GDC is a really important one that I want to talk about because if you've been watching these daily profit and loss recap videos, yesterday you know that I took a loss on the stock WISA. And if you watch the video, you know that what I was mentioning was these stocks that have these big runs early in pre-market and then consolidate near the pre-market highs into the open tend to have these quick false breakouts above those highs at the open and then come straight back down. And even though I knew that information from tracking data, I still kind of was a little bit eager to get into the trade here with WISA, and I ended up taking a loss on that trade. So with GDC, I was also looking for an opening range breakout, but it was a very similar setup to WISA. So I was a little bit more patient, and I wanted to make sure that this was actually going to clear above these pre-market levels and form some support above them before I got into the stock. And we can see it's actually breaking above pre-market levels again right now. So the key here is going to be whether or not it's able to start holding above the $7.50 level. If it's able to do that, there's a good chance that this could ramp up to $8, $9 per share in the near future. But if it comes straight back down under that 750 level, like it's done every single time so far, most likely we'll see this end the day at $6 or lower. Okay, but anyway, what I was looking for originally with GDC that I knew not to get into was an opening range breakout above this $7.57 level. That was the high of the opening range, and we can see there were a few times here where it pushed up into that level. This second push is where I was really ready to get into a potential trade. But again, I wanted to make sure that it was going to clear this level, form some support above, and then I would have bought into that support for a push up to new highs, but it rejected straight back down, and I was able to avoid taking a loss on this trade by waiting for it to give me some kind of confirmation. Okay, so the moral of the story is simply that sometimes the best trade is no trade at all, and even as a full-time day trader, there are days when I don't take any trades. Okay, so I know this has been a little bit different than the recent daily profit and loss recap videos, but hopefully you took some value from this video, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the future videos. And of course, if you want to join us in the Market Master group to hear about the stocks that I'm trading in real time, when I do actually place trades, of course, there's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. The first week is 100% free, so you can come try it out before you pay anything. And I'm looking forward to growing the team and working with a team of successful traders that are looking to master the market. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.